If you've ever traveled up in the North Country, chances are you've probably seen it. You may have even taken your camera out. If you have, you wouldn't be alone. It may very well be the most photographed barn in New York State.
Well, it is the main route to Lake Placid and the high peaks, really, when you're coming off the Northway. So if you're coming from south or north, pretty much if you're going to Lake Placid, you're going to go past the Red Barn outside of Keene. In addition to the barn, you have the big open field there with the mountains behind it. So it really just becomes this great iconic landscape.
Perhaps the most well-known and well-regarded photographer of the Adirondacks, Carl Heilman, has taken aspiring photojournalists to this spot many times.
I was doing a 5-day workshop up in Lake Placid area and had a group, and we'd stopped by the one morning and had shot it the one morning. And then as we were driving back through, I was heading to another location, but I was driving back through and I saw the way the clouds were kind of, setting over the mountains and the sun was coming up, and it's like, okay, let's stop again. Well, it's such an iconic location, and the barn itself just kind of lends itself to a photograph there. And then, of course, there's the elm tree that stands there beside it, too. And there aren't that many elm trees around anywhere like there used to be, but that's just such a beautiful elm there that really sets off and frames the barn, and then the whole landscape behind it, cascading pitch off.
But as you can plainly see, the structure has seen better days. Thought to be around 100 years old, it's long since been abandoned. The sturdy wood slowly sinking, and in some cases, ripped apart. Nearly a century's worth of harsh Adirondack winters have brought the roof to its breaking point. Admirers from near and far have noticed its slow decline for years and have tried to save it from the inevitable. The effort even has its own Facebook page, but there is nothing you can do about it. The land is part of the Forest Preserve. It was acquired by the state in the mid-1960s and as such falls under the Adirondack Park State Land Master Plan. DEC carpenters inspected it not too long ago and determined it was unsafe to work on or around the barn. When it finally collapses, the materials will be disposed at a permitted landfill or utilized for DEC projects. The agency says it's been approached several times by folks wanting to save it, but law requires that it be removed.
After I did my book photographing the Adirondacks, where I was suggesting locations for people to go shoot, and included the barn and the location in that, I started thinking, all of a sudden it's like, geez, in a few years, that's not going to be there anymore.
So if you're still looking for that picture-perfect shot, you better make plans to see it pretty soon, because before you know it, Mother Nature and Father Time will soon make this old red barn in Keene history.